Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Apostate Weekly. I'm your host, James.
And I'm Ryan.
And we've got some stories coming your way this morning. One concerning the Jehovah's Witnesses and the saysorry.org going down in Australia. I also have another story for you on mandatory reporting in the UK. So that's going to be some excellent news to hear, as well as more news coming your way this morning on Apostate Weekly. So let's go ahead and roll that intro and get into the news. And before anybody points it out in the chat, I apologize. I don't know why. My video might be laggy. It's been driving me up a wall trying to figure it out before the show. And now it seems fine, but it might lag again. Who knows? Because it was fine, and then it lagged, and then it was fine. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like perfectly fine now.
I know.
It just wanted to be live.
Right. I guess so. My video just wanted me to run.
No, honestly, maybe it has something to do with, because I said I don't think that it's StreamYard, but maybe it actually is StreamYard that's causing this particular issue. And for whatever reason, going live might have fixed it.
Maybe.
Jesus helps us.
Especially after my debacle with it on Sunday and having laggy video and all that. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, Dan Barker, who is the co-president of the Freedom from Religion Foundation, came to my area and gave a speech at our local library, and I recorded it, and the video and audio is so out of sync, and I tried to mess around with it a little bit. Like I took a minute clip of the video out and was just trying to see if I could straighten it up in that 1 minute clip, and literally within that 1 minute, it still got out of sync after I synced up a part of it. It was bad.
No, because I was wondering, can you just slide the sound this way and then it matches up? But because it's whatever the reason it's causing the lag, it could, be fine 1 second and not. So it's going to throw it off. It's never going to be perfectly on point.
And the very first time I had you on my channel, Ryan, that same thing happened.
I know. What is it? What is it about me?
I spent hours. And see, I'm
looking at my face.
Yeah, looking at your face. But I spent hours trying to sync it up, and I got it mostly pretty decent. But Jesus take the stream.
Jesus take the stream.
Well, he didn't, because I'm lagging again.
Oh, God damn it, Jesus! What are you up to?
I know.
Seriously?
Jesus, get your act together.
Lord, you act like somebody strung you up or something. Left you dry. High and dry.
I think you nailed that one.
High five. Boop.
But I wouldn't stake any bets on that, though. All right. I'll cross all the jokes off my list.
Oh, God. He keeps going. Oh, my goodness gracious. Good job, James.
Thank you.
You might be lagging. Your brain is on point.
That's right. That's right. So shall we do what we're here to do and report?
Yeah, maybe we should. Maybe we should actually get to the job that we're here to do before we get in trouble for being too goofy and not taking our job seriously.
Well, if I was getting paid for this job, I'd be a little bit more serious. But since I'm not, I can do whatever the hell I want.
Yes, since you're not paying me very well.
You're not paying me either, so I mean it's a two-way street here.
True. At least it's not a four-way.
Woo! I don't know.
That's too much. That's too much to no. That's too much to handle. There's too many wheels flying at one time.
Right. So, what do you say we get on with it? Did you want to start off today?
Well, what I have for today, and I apologize because I started an initiative with a few friends So I've been very busy diligently working with them, and I didn't have time to do much else. I apologize. But I did want to share that with y'all since it is something that's taken my time and it is near and dear to my heart. So I can share that now if you want to.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay, so this is called Operation Olive Branch. And what we intend to do, the only thing that we intend to do is content creators like myself are using our platform to help amplify voices of Palestinians who are looking to evacuate. We're doing our best just to amplify. That's it. We're not doing verification. There's nothing else that we're doing other than saying, hey, I'll use my platform to try to help this new friend that I made. That's pretty much that. GoFundMe does all their ID checking, fact checking, to make sure there's no cross like IDs being opened for a bunch of GoFundMes or something of that nature. So they should be doing their due diligence. We have little things that we're doing behind the scenes, um, for our own little verification. But that's as far as it goes. So let me just show you what it looks like when you click on there. So down here, there is a bunch of tabs where you can check to see what families we've already helped fund. So far there's 17 families that just by using our platform we've helped. Does not mean that everything that was collected because of us. Not saying that whatsoever. I don't want to take credit for anything. But if we can help be the boost that gets them to where they need to be, amazing. A lot of these are women who are pregnant, or there's some kind of urgent medical need. We've got people who are dealing with heart problems, diabetes. There's no medicine or anything, right? There's no food. People are eating leaves. Like seriously, y'all. A little girl cracked a joke the other day. I was watching her, talk to the journalist, and it was funny, but it wasn't. She said, I'm going to start neighing. She's like, I'm going to turn into a horse and I'm going to start neighing because I've eaten so much grass. And like, I laughed. I know, like, I laughed because like she's so cute. Like, even in her pain, she's cracking jokes. But like, it's not funny, y'all. Like, they're actually starving them. No trucks. I think they've gotten like 4 or 5 trucks in like the past week because that's what they're doing on the Israeli side, blocking the trucks from coming through. So yeah, you can scroll through, see who has made it. There are people who have long-term goals, and and that's okay if that's their goal. They don't want to evacuate, but they maybe just want to have this security that at some point they'll be able to rebuild. When that will be, I couldn't tell you. Then there's also people who have reached out to us who have mutual aids going. I don't know if you remember, but I talked about my friend Mansour, who is a journalist. Okay, so again, Mansour's missing. He resurfaced like for one day, and then I don't know if y'all knew, but Nasser Hospital, where Mansour was kind of buckling down, was invaded, and they turned the entirety of the hospital into a military barracks. So we have the entire. So there is no operating hospitals. There's nothing. There's like nothing left. And Mansour has not been seen since that's happened. So I don't know where he is, but his medical team is still working. I've talked to a couple of the doctors through private message who are still like on the ground, who are taking the donations. And we've got a few who are building tents and whatnot. So we're doing our best just to amplify. That's it. That's all we can do. And then here is the list of families. Everything's a little slow going. I'm just learning how to do data entry. Like some of these percentages aren't filled out because I'm not sure how to do it. So somebody has to go in there and and do it and things. But we're doing what we can. But yeah, so this is what we're doing.
Can I ask you something about this though? Is there like
please?
Because this looks like it's an Excel worksheet that you got right there, right?
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, it's just a spreadsheet.
So is there like a website people can go to find out this and maybe help donate if
they want
to help out?
Yeah, so if obviously you could just go to the GoFundMe website and there's probably a search term for like Gaza, Palestine, and you could just choose to donate if that's something that you wanted to do. We're again just letting families try to use us to boost their story. So if you want to come to this webpage, it is in I put it in the show notes. And all you have to do is click through to that. You'll come to the landing page, which is, sorry, y'all, I'm trying to click to it here. You'll come to the landing page, which will look just like this. And then once you go to the families tab, you can highlight their GoFundMe and then go click it from here. Let's just say this.
So everybody can access this Excel spreadsheet then.
Right,
now,
exactly.
So is it only being edited by like a handful of people, and so not everybody can edit it?
Right. Yeah. So right now, because this is such a grassroots thing, and this really only started like within the past week and a half, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, we've already like taken off. We have probably, I think, around 10 data entry now, but we just started off with a couple. I just joined like 4 or 5 days ago. I don't even remember however long it's been I've been doing it. But yeah, we only have a few key people who have the ability to enter because we don't, we have to check for duplicates because there's people who keep sending because they're so like worried. You might have 5 people sending in a referral for one person, and then we're finding duplicates because they might be just yeah, there's a lot happening. We're doing our best. We're getting there. There's a couple kinks to work out, but I'm really proud of everybody who started pitching in, whether it be behind the scenes or just to make a video, or even if it's just to donate, whatever it is.
Yeah, and I don't know whose account it was, but it was last week. I saw you on a TikTok live promoting.
Oh yeah, thank you for joining. Right.
So,
and we were talking to some of the families. So that way, you can meet some of them and just maybe feel more comfortable donating if that's, what it takes or for you.
What I would recommend for you, since I don't know what the account was, but if you could link that TikTok account into the description for the video today.
That's a good idea.
That way people can go there and at least subscribe to it and like it. That'll just help push the algorithms. At the very minimum, help getting the message out more would be just tremendous if everybody could do that.
I agree. Yes. Thank you for saying that. I will do that because Fadi, number 109 here, Fadi is my new friend from Palestine. His brother, while we were on live, I don't think it was the one you were on, or maybe it was, but I was in a live, either that one or the one before. And while we were live, there was a bombing and his brother was injured and his hand got shrapnel in it. So his brother needs medical attention now. His sister-in-law, I'm not sure how far along she is. I forgot to ask, but she's pregnant. So, and his father needs medicine. I mean, there's a bunch of issues that they have going on, but also the problem is they're in the north. And like I said before, the north has been cleansed. That's what Israel said, that they cleansed the north, trying to make people think there's nobody there so they wouldn't care if trucks made it to the north. So it's just their way of starving them. So there's been like no aid getting to the north. And they're asking Jordan, I don't know if you knew, but Jordan has been airdropping supplies, medical supplies, food into Palestine. So they're asking if maybe Jordan could airdrop some stuff into the north to try to save them before people just start dying of starvation, because it's already been happening. Children are dying of starvation.
Yeah, that's such a terrible situation going on over there. So, for our viewers, please help spread this message. If you can help, please do. If you can't, at least going and adding it to your socials, subscribing to the channels, liking the videos. Right. Those little things all help the algorithms out, so that way the message can spread to more people, so that way these people can really get help, because it's such a tragic situation going on over there and they really need some help.
Yeah, fresh water, there is no such thing as fresh water. Kids are drinking salt water. That's what most people are drinking. Sometimes you can find fresh water as it does come in or whatnot, or maybe there's a well that hasn't been contaminated yet, but that's like a rare find.
Yeah. In a war-torn area like that, you're going to be very hard-pressed to find fresh water.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine drinking salt water. Oh my God, that makes me sick to think about.
We think about our lives here, like how long has it been since these people have been able to just have a shower, clean clothes,
Right.
I mean, just the basic necessities of life, and they're being deprived about it from every bit of it.
Same. I get very sad. I get angry. Like I just kind of go through these range of emotions of what to do, feeling helpless. At least I have my platform. I don't have a very big platform, but at least I can use it to the best of my ability. And if that makes the difference of $1 or $2, great. I've never been a fan of like asking anybody for money. It's just not something that I like to do. It's probably one of those Jehovah's Witness things, but this is beyond being too proud or being ashamed of asking, to help people.
Exactly. Yeah.
And again, whether it's money or just raising your voice, you got to help.
Right. And that's why I say, if at the very least, raise your voice, help spread it, help the algorithms, even if you don't want to be public on it, go create a burner account and, subscribe and like and share it from there. Anything helps,
Exactly.
anything helps as far as getting the message out there, especially for those ones who can help in a financial way or whatever. So, I encourage everybody to do that. And if anybody needs help doing that, like I know my parents do with the technology thing sometimes. I'm not trying to call you guys out. You're just the only example I have in my life, guys, okay? That I know of. So don't take it personally, but it's true. They need help with technology sometimes. And they give me a call and I help them out so they can use it.
That's what family's for.
Yeah. So all right. With that, I'm going to go ahead and move on to my first story here I have for the day.
Ooh.
And if we know about the Australian Royal Commission, at least most of us do, and how they had a redress scheme. And there's a website called saysorry.org. And this is in the news recently because the witnesses still haven't done anything like they should. And it's sad.
Of course not.
And this is bringing more awareness to this redress scheme here. There's a video about it. I haven't got to watch it yet. I just saw this actually like early this morning, and it's a 13-minute YouTube video, so I didn't have a chance to watch it yet, but this is to help get the information out there more about what the redress scheme is, who can apply, things to consider before applying. And I really appreciate this part right here on it because they say, remember your well-being. These things might trigger you. They might bring up emotions, watch out for your emotional health before you just dive into this, make sure you're going to be okay before you proceed. And I really appreciate messages like that because, these, especially with the Australian Royal Commission and what it brought up and what it was all about, these are very hard subjects to dive into because so many people have been abused and treated very poorly by these organizations. And, it takes sometimes years of therapy before they can start to move on with their lives. And I'm not saying they're moving past it. They just finally can move on.
Right. They still have to deal with the trauma. Yeah. That doesn't really go away. It's just learning how to maneuver through those big emotions when they come, because sometimes they just hit you and you don't even know why they hit you, but they do.
Well, and I mean, if you think about it, as Jehovah's Witnesses, we were never taught how to properly and healthily deal with our emotions.
I don't even know how to talk about. I struggle to even discuss my emotions. I don't know how to express myself.
Yeah, I do too. And it's like, because you're always told, well, you lost somebody in death, well, go out and service more and bury your head in our books and literature more. Like, that's not a solution.
That's the solution. Right, Jinx.
You
It's
know,
not.
I mean, they
Are
don't
we
ever
being
say.
shunned?
Do you mean today's video, Ian?
Yeah, I think
Because
are we being shunned?
if so, everybody, you better hit those that like button, or we're gonna have to shun you first by cutting
Yeah.
the video off in midstream.
We're just gonna go shunned video off. Feed
And I've got
canceled.
the power to do it.
I've got the power.
You beat me to it. I didn't want to sing it though.
I'm sorry. I did not mean to interrupt you, but
no, that's fine.
You were just saying how like you also struggled with like being able to express yourself because we are always suppressed, and they tell you like, well, you're sad. Why are you sad? You're going to see them forever. Oh, what, you don't love Jehovah enough? You don't think you're going to make it through to everlasting life? It's like, okay, so you just withhold all your emotions in. Oh, and that's a really good segue. That's a good segue, Jonathan.
Thank you. That was perfect, buddy. That was perfect, man. Yes. So Jonathan has started a campaign with the hashtag Stop the Shun.
And I got to do that. I got to do Stop the Shun.
I still got to do it too. In a nutshell, we've got a script, and if you get in touch with us while I'm thinking about it, I will also drop the Discord link into the chat right now. And so that way you can come into there and you can get the script if you want to participate. It's like make like a minute video, and we have a script that we're trying to push out and get to go viral if we can with the hashtag Stop the Shun.
So it is a specific script?
Yes.
Okay.
It is.
Okay.
And we have it all. If anybody wants the script, we can get it for you. That's not a problem. We'll fill you in on all the details better through the Discord if you join us over there as well. And Jonathan says he'll also give you the links to the sheets and the Google Docs that he made for it as well. And so,
did you already send it to me, Jonathan? If not, can you just put it in our, please, to make it easier for my ADHD brain? I'd appreciate that.
And so what some people have done, and what I want to do with it, if I can get some time, but haven't had a whole lot this week with everything going on, but some people have put a mashup of the video together, taken a bunch of the videos that have already been made and clip in different people saying different parts of it. Or you could say, just do a video of yourself saying the whole thing and put it on your social media, put it on your TikTok, put it on Facebook, Twitter, everywhere, and if we just keep using the same hashtag, it should push out there and start to go viral. And it's a very well-written script. It's very concise and very to the point. And at the end of it, we direct people to jwfacts.com and also remind people that we understand if you need to remain anonymous in this process of coming out, please feel free to still reach out. We will be there for you because we understand what it's like to be in your shoes, basically. So,
absolutely. Been there, done that.
So for anybody who wants to participate, you can email me at apostateweekly@gmail.com. You can join our Discord, find me on Facebook or Twitter. Just message me and I'll help you out. I know Jonathan will help you out if you reach out to him as well, because he's the head honcho leader of this particular cult. I mean, campaign.
Take me to your leader.
And
yeah, thanks, Jonathan.
Let's get this message viral because we need to help wake up our families, and we need to get our families back from this organization.
Yeah, we certainly do. I don't know how much we'll be able to break through, but I think the more pressure we keep on, the organization is going to have to eventually begin to change some of their processes and rules and regulations. That's why we just got to keep pushing. Don't give them a break.
Yeah, exactly. So anyways, just wanted to get that message out. This actually segued very nicely into that, so that was really nice.
Yeah, good job, Jonathan.
Yep.
Now,
Whoop, wrong button.
oops.
Oopsie.
Whoopsie.
I'm sure everybody didn't
Start
want
all
to listen
over.
to the theme song again.
We're starting all over, guys. We don't
course,
like how this show got off. We're going to redo it.
Of course, I gotta say, ever since I found that song, I was just in love with that song, and I still haven't gotten tired of it.
It's your favorite.
It is. It's an awesome song.
It fits perfect.
Roll that beautiful bean footage. That's right. All right. Did you have anything else you wanted to go over?
No, sadly, y'all, I'm a little bit out of the loop, but at least I'm here. At least I am here.
Okay, well then I'm gonna go on because I got something else to talk about.
Okie doke.
Let's give them something to talk about.
Something to talk about.
All right. So this is going back to Washington State, and this is in regards to their bill that they've been working on passing with the mandatory reporting and everything.
Yeah.
And so this is the Attorney General Ferguson in Washington has issued statewide subpoenas to the Catholic Diocese Victims Group and to urge survivors and whistleblowers to call the AG's office here, because this also ties in with another story that I had, because there has been another thing that started up called the Catholic Accountability Project. And they're trying to get victims together and survivors to start doing these following things right here that I'll highlight on the screen. To immediately establish a confidential hotline and online reporting system, to compel the production of pertinent documents, evidence, and testimony of the leadership and organizations where abuse has transpired, to pursue in cooperation with local district attorneys criminal prosecutions based on evidence uncovered in the course of his investigation, and issue a comprehensive final report to the citizens of Washington State detailing the Attorney General's findings. So that's what this is all about.
That's standing on business.
Yes, it is. And, kudos, Catholic Accountability Project, I mean, is it too little too late? Maybe. Is it something? It's more than the Jehovah's Witnesses are doing at the moment. That's for damn sure.
Right. Like, I struggle with that question, because I want change to happen. So should I be happy when there's at least a little movement of the needle? Or should I be angry that there's not more? Like, I don't know how to feel about it. Like, it's okay. Finally, you're getting it. But like, come on. Like, let's keep going.
Well, I think, and I don't think it's inappropriate to feel happy to see it happening, because it is something, it's a step in the right direction. I also feel the whole, you got to be doing more too, because, with all this crap you've been through all these years,
Right.
I get that aspect of it too. However, things don't happen overnight. They take time. And when you start opening these cracks a little bit into things like this, those cracks over time are going to get wider and wider.
True.
And, we just got to be patient. Pour out. And this will come out eventually. Will it come out in our lifetime? I don't know. But as long as it's moving in the right direction to help people going forward, I think that's a good thing. You know,
Agreed.
you need to have that accountability for your actions in the past, but you also need to make sure it's better in the future. And again,
Yeah.
like we've said many times on this channel, we are in no way advocating for the elimination of these religions, but we are advocating for the betterment of the people and the victims inside these religions that have suffered the abuses, and for them to get the proper justice they deserve.
Because I would want somebody to do the same for me. Like, if I was trapped inside of a cult and, had no idea that that's what it was, that I was trapped inside of a cult, it would be good to know that people on the outside are working to make sure that there will be changes, input that can protect you and your family at some point.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, this is just a step in the right direction. And with the Catholic Church cooperating in this, that's even better. Because
Yeah.
how many times have we seen it with the Jehovah's Witness organization, with the ARC, with Washington, with Norway, with other states in countries where they've been pulled in before the court system, and they've done everything in their power to squeeze out of it and try to avoid accountability in any way. But yet the Catholic Church has at least stepped up a little bit here. I'm not saying they're perfect. They're not, they're by no means the best thing ever or nothing. But it is a step in the right direction, and it is better than what the Jehovah's Witnesses have ever done thus far.
Yeah. Changes are happening, be it small. I do think that it's because people on the outside are pushing. I don't think they would naturally want to change anything, but because they feel the necessity, because culture's changing, more people are waking up to the realization of what religions are. People like us apostates are realizing what was done to us, and we want to voice our opinions and tell our stories. So as long as we continually apply the pressure, I think they will have to change things internally. But to me, it's not as much as I would like. But I guess I'm thankful to see it happen, because I would have loved it if I were on the inside and somebody made those changes for me.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my
So,
God, Ken, you're so right. Religion is all about accountability. So how is it that the Jehovah's Witness organization is able to just kind of skip over past that thing? Men make mistakes. People make mistakes when things go wrong for them. But when it's us,
well,
oh, you're getting called in the back room.
religion's about accountability when it comes to the rank and file members, not when it comes to the leaders.
Mm-hmm. One hundo.
So,
One hundo.
anyways, I'm gonna move on to one last little story here, and then that'll be all I have for the day. So, this is going to be a town in England called what's it called? Bracknell, I think that's how you pronounce it. Bracknell.
Okay.
And they have announced new mandatory reporting laws. So that means anyone in this town, at least in this town, I'm not sure how far out this goes from here, but it means that anyone who actively blocks someone from reporting or covers up a disclosure of child sexual abuse could go to prison for 7 years. So people with childcare responsibilities and other regulated sectors could be barred from working with children ever again if they fail to report a disclosure. So it's really nice to see that, especially the part where those who fail to report it and get caught are just as culpable as the ones who should have reported it to begin with anyways.
Right.
So I think that's a great thing, because like, if you know somebody who's abusing a child and you don't report it, you're just as much as a piece of garbage as the person abusing that child.
Right. You're watching it happen. You know it's happening, and you're not saying anything. You're not doing
Yeah.
anything. And
So
and I'm not asking you to go like knock on your neighbor's doors and tell everybody, but this should be a concern of yours. It should be in your conversations. It should be things that you're discussing because we shouldn't let it go in the dark. It shouldn't die in
yeah,
the dark. This needs to come to the light and to the surface.
yeah. So I mean, little things like that just make my heart rejoice to
Me too.
see somebody doing something in the right direction for the good of everybody.
I'd love to see that here in the United States.
Oh, oh, I know.
That's a
I'd love
dream.
to. I'd love to see it all over the world.
Yes, you're like an accomplice.
Mm-hmm.
You stood by, didn't do anything, knew what was occurring, and just stayed
You're the
silent.
you're the driver of the car of the person robbing the bank.
Yeah. Right?
I mean,
Just
that's what you
just
really
like the
are.
JW say you're blood guilty if your friend does something bad and and you don't tell on them.
Exactly.
You're blood guilty, bro.
But remember, it doesn't apply to the governing body.
Oh, no.
Because it's okay if they try to skirt their way out of their culpability and all their mess of problems.
They're not perfect. They're just doing
Oh,
their best.
oh no, they're not. They're not doing their best. Even if they were doing their best, they would be doing a lot better than they are right now.
Great point, Jay. Your
Yep,
heart would be
exactly, Jay.
moved. Your heart would be moved to at least tell somebody, and whether or not like the law does anything from there, you've done your due diligence.
That's right, Ken. They are neither inspired nor infallible. Oh, yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Allegedly. Ken's on it
Thank you
this
for keeping
morning.
us straight, buddy.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Right.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
goodness. Thanks, y'all. You're the best. You crack me up.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
What a way to
You
start the
keep
day.
us on the straight and narrow path leading off into, I don't know. I can't say everlasting life
Instruction?
anymore, but
Knowledge.
Oh,
At
man.
least it's knowledge.
At least it's knowledge, right?
Mhm.
Oh, so that's all I got for this week. Let's see. Anything else going on? For those of you who do know, in my area this week, we had Dan Barker come to town, and I'm gonna get that video put up on my Formative Free XJW channel as soon as I can. He is the co-president of the Freedom from Religion Foundation. If you don't know what that is, go check it out. They always are advocating for the state church separation, and they keep an eye on the laws and everything, a lot like the ALCU does in this country as well. So great organization. Go check out their website. And he came to our area and gave a speech this last Sunday. And
Awesome.
I apologize. The video and audio did not sync well. So I'm going to put the video up with stills so you'll at least be able to hear what he had to say. He's also promoting his new book called Contraduction. And it's a word he coined and made up. And he explains what that's all about in his speech. So you'll have to just wait for that on the video to hear what that's all about. It was a really neat concept too. I thought it was really interesting, that phrase he coined. So it's interesting to think about it because it makes you think in different ways and shifts your perspective on things in life. And I thought it was really good and important to be able to do that.
And I think that's something that we should remember is, as we are growing as a society, we are starting to come up with better language to describe what is happening to us, right? There weren't some of these concepts back in the day. They had no idea what ADHD is. ADHD isn't freaking like new, right? Like it's always existed, but we finally get the language to understand like what's happening to our body, what's happening in our brain and things like that. Just similar with what Dan is doing. He's just creating the language to explain exactly what happens to people in these kind of systems, right? Like what happens to your brain, what happens to your brain and
Yeah.
how the models they employ to make the things happen that they do. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
Yeah. Yeah. And he was actually, and he was a really good speaker, really interesting to listen to. So, you know, it's not, you won't be bored listening to him. I promise you that.
Well, you better
He's
get
been
on it.
on, he's been on many debates, like in Oxford and with some of the biggest debate stages with like atheist and Christian debates. So, you know, really, really well spoken person.
Oh, he's smart, is he? He's a wee smart one, is he? Cup of tea.
Well, he's actually from Wisconsin.
Oh, Wisconsin.
Yeah. So, but he's been traveled around the world. But anyways, I'm going to leave it at that. So thank you everybody for joining us this week for our latest episode of Apostate Weekly. Please don't forget to check out Operation Olive Branch and support it any way you can. And, you know, get the word spread for those people so they can get the help they need. We will be back again next week, and we thank you for joining us, and hope everybody has a wonderful week, and we'll see you next week. Oh, yes.
Thanks, y'all. Don't forget to apostate your way.
Like, share, and subscribe if you can.
Bye.
Thank you, Ken. I mean, Sam. I'm getting mixed up.
How dare you?
I know, right? I do that with my kids, too. Anyways, bye, everybody.
Bye, y'all. We love you.
Love you.
Oh, talk cool. We missed you. Bye.
Bye.